So I just read that NCAA is banning completely putting your phones on flight mode. They say that your phone are supposed to be switched off as soon as you get on the plane and up until you land. And I say it's a no. It's absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. NCAA has no right to ask anyone to switch off their phones. Yes, they don't have any right to ask anyone to switch off their phones. If somebody puts their phone on airplane mode, it is enough, for crying out loud. It is enough. This banning of airplane mode is, for me, barbaric. It's like going backward. Well, ask yourself, my friends, look, I mean, we have gone past this stage in our lives. Go and look at the technology that other countries are using, for crying out loud. Planes these days are actually even offering Wi-Fi. And this Wi-Fi operates in a different frequency, not the frequency that would affect the plane. I know that the critical phases of any plane is basically taking off and landing. And that is the only part you will need to either put your phone on airplane mode. They will tell you, they will announce it. Oh, we are landing in about 10 minutes. We're landing in about 5 minutes. We are descending in about 10 minutes. Put your phone on airplane mode. Put your phone on, they don't ask you to switch off your phone. Nobody asks you to switch off your phone. Even though they do the announcement, they say, oh, whether it's either you switch it off or you put it on airplane mode. Modern planes these days, for crying out loud, with their sophisticated technology, they provide Wi-Fi for you in the plane. Qatar Airways, Turkish Airlines, name it, Singapore Airlines, India Airline. They provide free Wi-Fi for you on the plane while you are traveling. It's just that they operate on different frequency. That's whether your phone is Nokia or 3310, it doesn't affect the communications system of the plane. I know that the only fear, because of the fact that most of the plane that we use in Nigeria itself are even outdated and old. And so, because we're a dumping nation, anybody can just go and purchase planes and start doing business in Nigeria. And then the planes sometimes are up to 50 to 70 years old. They come and bring it in Nigeria and then we'll start using it like a new plane. Yes, there's nobody... It's hard for you to even find new planes these days. It's just refurbished over and over again. Now, we know that going by the system, what has been in existence before this modern technology started coming in, is that they ask you to switch it off, or, of course, for you to put it on airplane mode. And it's only when it is taking off. Only when plane is taking off, or when it is landing. There hasn't been anybody that has proven to us that the frequencies or the data or the communications gadgets of a passenger's phone has been what was used to ascertain a certain miscommunications of the airport or the airlines or the communication system that made it crash. Somebody's phones, an individual's phones, have not been proven by anybody to be the cause of any accident or any airplane's malfunction. So asking people to switch off their phones completely and banning airplane mode, it's neither here nor there. There's no route to it. You have to take it to courts and let courts, I trust Nigerians, they're not going to allow this to play. You don't have the right to ask Nigerians to switch off their phones. Maybe Nigerians tell you, say, make upgrade your system to be like the ones that fly abroad, so that when you are flying, when you are in the air, as a matter of fact, you are given a Wi-Fi. People browse on why they're in the air. They give people free Wi-Fi. Sometimes it's paid for. Yes. Sometimes the airlines I mentioned, sometimes it's paid for. Sometimes it's free. You browse while you are in the air. Why are those ones not being affected by the so-called frequency? But we are here in this country. One man will just sit around one table and speak to the press and say they have banned airplane mode. Why? What for? On what basis would you ban airplane mode? Is that not the reason why the airplane mode was created in the first place? If that's the case, upgrade your planes, upgrade your systems to be able to navigate through, the issues regarding switching off or on your phones. So let nobody stress anybody in this country. Which one is banning switching off, banning airplane mode? So airplane mode becomes totally useless in this country because we have NCAA, because you are NCAA. Please, it is. I would never switch off my phone for any reason. For what reason? I'll put it on airplane mode, which is what that airplane mode was created for in the first place. I'll fix it on airplane mode. It will be on airplane mode, and I will make sure I abide by the rules and regulation. And that's because it is ethical, and it's only when taking off and landing that's when that switching off or on is regarded. I'm telling you, that is the only time in the plane. Once the airplane has taken off and it's stabilized, you can switch off, you can switch on your phones. Then when they announce that we're about to descend, then you can switch off your phone or switch, put it on airplane mode. You can, like I don't even know people who are in that space. Instead of you to solve a problem, look at ways to use technology to solve a problem. You are now using crude way. You would have said people should not go to the airplane with their phones now. No, you should have said people should not even travel with their phone. People should be banned. At the airport, they will collect your phones, or as soon as you enter the plane, you submit your phones. You should have said that now. Let's know that you are doing rules and regulation. Nigeria's own is just problematic. Whenever we want to solve one problem, we use another problem to put it on top of our head. I know of an airline, I will not mention their name. I know of an airline that uses Elon Musk SpaceX. It's a satellite-enabled internet service. It's an international airline. Once you get on there, you can browse from today to tomorrow, watch movie with it from today to tomorrow. Nothing will happen. So this one, you are coming to tell us, instead of you to be thinking of how to use technology, now to even get people that can solve the problem and get airlines to invest in technology to solve some of these problems, you are now moving into Nigerians. And let Nigerians bear the burden of switching off their phones. Instead of putting us on airplane mode. Please, I'm not telling you to disobey what they have said, Sha. My own is that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm sure that Ibom Air will be facing a lot of, backlash. There's a way this Ibom Air and this girl issue would go, and Ibom Air would just lose so much customers. And there's also a way this would also go. Ibom Air, will gain so much popularity. Ibom Air, I'm sure, has never had this type of popularity that they have in their entire life. Go to YouTube, go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go to Instagram. Ibom Air everywhere. So Ibom Air is your chance to cook this soup. I understand that Ibom Air is from Akwa Ibom, where they do this orishi, edikaiko. Some of the best soups in Nigeria are actually from there. So if you could cook using your brand officers and brand strategists and do some storytelling that can push your airline to become #1 in Africa. There is no airline that hasn't gone through misfortune. Ethiopian Airlines the other day, it crashed. People died. Nobody survived. They're still running. People are still flying it. Air Peace had its own issues. We've had several delays in Air Peace. There is virtually no airline that hasn't had this issue. But again, using the misfortune to gain traction is what I'm talking about. So if you can employ people or get people on board, or get your brand strategists or communications experts to get to work to use this so-called misfortune that is going on now to create some momentum for you guys. Anyways, they used to be say, things they were as be. You go hire people now. Maybe they can't tell you to make it, can't give you ideas to pop up this whole thing. Anyways, guys, I just make I talk my own.